been a long and excellent day, hasn't it? This is day one, right? You've taken down lots of notes, had lots of ideas, been inspired about the potential, and this is your final session for the day. Can we, before we get into all the content, can we give it a mad round of applause to Follow Up Boss for putting this together? This has been an amazing event. Every time I come to these events, I am blown away by the small little details that are poured into this event to give you an optimal experience. Today, I would tell you there's an opportunity in the marketplace. Change creates chances. The conversation is simple. We're talking about AI for the next 45 minutes. AI may be intimidating to you. For some of you, it may be this scary thing, this big behemoth of a subject, and you wonder, oh, is it going to replace me? Is it going to scare me? AI won't replace you. The agent using AI might get that job done. This is about how do you build a moat around your castle? How do you leverage the tools that are available to you today to give yourself an edge, a competitive edge in your marketplace? Because that's the opportunity with AI. Who's already leveraging AI on some level in their business? Okay, now I know I'm in a room of complete rock stars. Every time I'm with Follow Up Boss, I am always so encouraged and inspired by the people in the room. Because each of you, whether you're a solo agent, if you're running a team, if you're on a team, each of you are operating at the highest level, but I think there's room to go to the next level, because isn't that what motivates you to be here in the first place? Aren't you the competitive folks who are always looking for that next edge to give you the leg up over competition? And if you're not looking at AI, by the end of our session today, I think you'll be looking at a lot of different aspects of AI. My name is Jason Pantana, and I'm thrilled to be with you today. And if you're on social, and if something is said today that encourages you or it gives you an idea, I'd love to continue that dialogue with you. Just scan the code, and let's connect on Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform you're on. I want to hear from you, and I want to continue the conversation, because this is new. AI is new. It's just emerging. We're at the ground floor of a massive opportunity in your business to level up your videos, to level up your marketing, to level up your systems, and all the details of AI. And so I'm looking forward to connecting with you. As this being the last session, I was thinking about what I want to say when I come out here, and I have all the content lined up for you. But I know you've been in your seats working hard all day. And I imagine many of you might feel tired. Do you feel a little tired in your minds? Do you have another 45 minutes of energy, focus to give to the session? Yeah? All right. Did y'all enjoy Tom this morning as well? That session fired me up. The questions, the 5 most critical questions, it fired me up. Tom talks about the difference between strategies and tactics. Strategies are the big picture of what you're building. Where are you going? What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? If you don't have a strategy, you're going to fall flat on your face no matter how many tactics you attempt to put into place. Tactics are the little details, the plays you run on the field that are designed to get you into the end zone of opportunity in your business. Today's session is going to be a highly tactical conversation. And I want you to reflect on everything you've learned and the questions Tom asks you about what you're building and where are you going and what are you seeking in your business, so you can listen through the filter of, you know what, this makes sense for me, this doesn't make sense for me. It's your business, not my business. As I talk up here for 45 minutes, something I say is not going to resonate with you. Something I say is going to resonate with you, and I'm encouraging you to reflect on what are you building. A lot of you might feel intimidated by AI the same way that social media can intimidate other folks in their business because it's technology and it's new and there's gizmos and wires and change. I call the change opportunity, and we'll dive in. My goal for you right now is more, faster, and better. Tell me, when's the best time to invest? When's the best time to invest? I'm asking in general. Now, that's a good answer. When's the best time to invest? In a down market. Louder. In a down market. That's right. Why do you invest in a down market? Buy low, sell high. We're all familiar with that expression, right? Buy low, sell high. Do the opposite of everybody else. Don't be somebody who's running panicked and fearful and they're trying to contract and play small and shrink down to make sure they're safe. The riskiest thing you can do is play safe in a down market. You got to play smart. You got to play strategic. The best time to invest is in a down market because everything's for sale. And when you invest in a down market, You are buying percentage shares of ownerships of companies. If you're buying stocks, if you're buying in the public markets, you're buying a percentage share of ownership. What happens when the market rebounds and grows? You have a compound rate of growth because that percentage of ownership turns into more exponentially. Think about your business right now. When's the best time to invest in your business? In a down market, isn't it? The work you do right now to make yourself, your team, your business run faster, do more, be better, is going to pay off big time. Not only in this market, but in the market to come. What you do in a down market, what you do in a difficult market has a ripple effect that's going to be with you for 10 years. What you do right now matters. And I know you know that because you're here. The fact that you're here tells me you're looking for an edge, and we're going to talk about how AI may be that solution or that edge, or at least part of it, to help you do more, to help you do it faster, and to help you make yourself better. Because if those three can't be checked off, then it isn't AI. AI enables you to do more, to do it faster, to do it better. Now, AI is groundbreaking, but it's not the same kind of groundbreaking as when the phone came out, as when email came out, as when the internet came out, as when social media came out. Think about those times. When social media came out, you had to learn how to communicate with your audience on an entirely new platform. It was a whole new mode of communication. When the phone came out, you had to make phone calls. You had to learn how to say hello. I mean, that was obviously before all of our time, but it was groundbreaking. It was a paradigm shift in how we communicate. But AI isn't like that. AI is not groundbreaking in the sense that it's new. It's going to help you do more, do it faster, and do better within the current landscape you already operate on social, online, and digital currency. Because here's reality. If you look at the algorithms of social media platforms today, they are absolutely greedy. They want more content from you, more videos, more emails, more everything. And the notion of you keeping up or staffing around the demands of our digital era is kind of absurd. The fact is, you need AI to help yourself achieve the results you want in your business. And when you really zoom out and look at what AI does, AI produces different outputs. There's 4 different outputs. AI is going to produce text, images, videos, and audio. Think of this as our outline today. How can you use AI to create text, images, videos, and audio? If you look at the raw materials here, what we're talking about is your raw materials of marketing. It's text, it's images, it's videos, it's audio. Now, the history of AI is kind of interesting. Who's ever heard of a generative pre-trained transformer? Anybody? Not all at once. Phil has a generative what's the acronym? A GPT. That sounds familiar. You know, in 2017, there was a paper that was released by a team of researchers at Google. And the Google paper discussed this idea of a generative pre-trained transformer, which I'm not going to get into all the nerd stuff about it. But what it did in this paper was it theorized a way to help a machine understand context in written words, understand context in pixels. If it's looking at an image or a video, it can see it in context. And it was a game changer. And then this little company called OpenAI read that paper from Google and thought, I'm going to execute on that idea. Bankrolled by Microsoft. Bringing to life the reality that ideas are kind of easy, and execution is where all the money gets made. And from these, this is what we're talking about, is generative AI. Now, who knows that AI is a buzzword right now? AI is a flipping buzzword. The stuff we used to call automation or a smart assistant, everybody suddenly is labeling it as AI. That's not all AI. That's just them cashing in on the lingo of AI. When you really break down what AI is, and this is an important point to think about, it's generative in nature. It allows you to produce an output. A lot of us think about AI as all the back-end connection points. Not necessarily. It's generative in nature. It's allowing you to produce more, to produce it faster, to make it better. At a high level, that's AI. Specifically, we're going to talk about Chat GPT for a bit. Who is using Chat GPT? OMG, Chat GPT. Tom asked you this morning, is it on your phone? Yeah, good, it's on your phone. Who is paying for Chat GPT Plus? Okay, good. What we're going to talk about today is going to assume that it's a small cost. This thing is a game changer. Who's not used Chat GPT yet? I just want to know the room. Maybe a couple hands, but for the most part, we've used it before. All right, so Chat GPT. What can it do for you? Well, you can create all kinds of different outputs, prompted outputs. I'll break down what a prompt is in a moment, but I know I'm talking to a pretty experienced group. You can use Chat GPT to create job posts, offer letters, awards applications for your boards of realtor, biography, listing descriptions, training outlines for your team meetings. This is just a cheat sheet to inspire the creativity of all the stuff you can create using Chat GPT that maybe you haven't considered. How can I do more? How can I make it faster? How can I make it better? Look at the board for a minute. There's a ton of different ideas in terms of applications for leveraging Chat GPT. Now, I'm going to give you all my slides. At the end, I'll give you a link so you can download the slides immediately because we have a lot of ground to cover. Here's what you need to consider. We're changing hats. Anybody here remember what it was like to go from being a sales agent to a manager of other sales agents? Anybody? It's a different hat, isn't it? Finding a way to transfer your skills, to inspire the greatness of somebody else and work through them. Managing people is a different set of skills. So is prompting. We're in a day and age where it's prompting versus writing, versus designing, versus analyzing, versus researching, versus coding, versus editing. You have to develop the skill of prompting. Just like you had to develop the skill of being on video and sending emails and sending text messages. You must develop the skill of prompting, and guess what? Weak prompts get weak results. Strong prompts get great results. I think it might be useful for you. I'll give you a prompting framework today, and I'll also share with you several different tools that you can immediately put into use in your business. Would that be helpful to you? All right, so let's talk first about your prompting framework. This is through the lens of you creating content. Who's creating content at a high level in the room? How do you make more? How do you make it faster? How do you make it better through the use of AI? These are the 5 parts of an effective prompt, specifically if you're creating a piece of content for maybe a blog or an email or whatever it might be. The first part is the persona, where you declare who's speaking. We're going to move through this section quickly because there's a lot of ground to cover today. But this is a mistake I see a lot of folks make, is they give an instruction to Chat GPT, but they don't give it a persona. Do you know what happens in Chat GPT if you tell it to imagine it's a real estate agent versus act as a real estate agent? The word imagine versus the word act as creates a vastly different result. If you tell it to imagine it's that, it might go hypothetical, it might be speculative, but if you tell it act like this person here, all of a sudden that level of specificity says, oh, okay, I get it. I'm gonna act as a seasoned real estate agent for home sellers. I'm gonna be very, very clear in understanding what are the guardrails of how I should operate and who I am in terms of producing this output. The first part of your prompt is a persona. Now, all these parts are gonna be put together. The second part is tell it what you want it to do. Give it an objective. Define what you need. So the example on the screen is you can compose a guide on tips to improve curb appeal. So if you're putting all this together, you're seeing we're building a full prompt to produce a piece of content. You have to give it an objective. Third part for your prompt is the context. Give it a backstory. So the guide is for homeowners planning to sell to increase their home's value. The context one is also often missed. Sometimes when I'm creating a prompt for a piece of content, I'll say, hey, by the way, last week I did a video about this topic. And so this is going next level. And I feed it context so it understands where the starting point is and what's most important to me as the prompter for the output. You gotta give it context. Fourth part is the format where you specify what you wanted to give you. So the example I've got for you is create a PDF with numbered lists, visuals, and a summary, all put together. You can tell it, I want you to write a blog post. I wanted to have headings. I wanted to have a numbered list. Being specific, it's gonna be a transcript for a sales training. It's gonna be a transcript for a video, being specific. And the last part is, and then I'll bring it all together for you, is the style, where you can refine the manner of speech. This is another item that folks don't cover. So in this case, I told it to write reassuringly, concisely, and with moderate formality. When I prompt, and this is what it looks like when I put it together. This is hard to read. I'll give you the slides. It's all put together, the 5 parts of a prompt when I'm feeding it for producing content. That last part there, I'll read it for you. It says, write in the second person perspective, active and present voice, and use positive language. And then also, when it makes sense, insert different rhetorical devices. This may seem like a lot, but I want you to consider how much time you or the people on your team who are making content are putting into coming up with all this stuff. And if you could simply feed it the right input, the outputs will be far more rewarding. Tom used the example this morning, right, of Mark, his copywriter, who was at first when oh no, ChatGPT is going to replace me. It's not going to replace you. It's going to enhance you. We're exiting the age of how, and we're entering an era of what and who. How do you do more? How do you do it faster? How do you do it better? Because right now is your opportunity to do a whole lot more. Who can tell in the marketplace that we've seen this division between the rich and the rest? And in the marketplaces where you have dominant agents, here's what I've seen personally. The agents with the strongest brands, the agents who are the most known in the community are winning all the business right now. Anybody else seeing anything like that in their markets? How strong is your brand? How much stronger could it be if you leveraged AI to scale your brand? I want to see you win in your marketplace. And the way you win is by getting after it 3 times, 5 times, 10 times harder than you are right now. Because when you invest in a down market, you're literally capturing percentage ownership of mind share in your marketplace. I was talking with Chris Lindahl earlier today. Does Chris have a great brand? The answer is affirmative. His brand is amazing. Going into a down market, he was already poised for dominance because he had the respect of the other agents in his community, because he had the brand that the consumer most trusted, and a lot of consumers right now are feeling a little bit iffy about the marketplace. They're looking at the news, they see the headlines, and they're scared. But think about it like this. All the videos you produce, your blogs, your content, is your mouthpiece to communicate with the consumer. And if you could create so much more content, you're not really controlling the narrative, you're influencing the information that matters to the consumer. At the end of the day, the responsibility on all of us here is to be informants. The consumer cannot make an informed choice unless they're informed. And it's up to you to inform them. And with the power of AI, you can get so much more information in front of the consumer right now. That's Chat GPT from a prompting standpoint. Now, I think a lot of folks are looking at Chat GPT as if it's only a writing assistant, looking at AI as if it's only a chatbot that helps you write text. There's actually quite a bit more to the story than that. Who's toyed with what's called advanced data analysis in Chat GPT? This is a feature, and there's a screenshot on the slides telling you what button to push to turn it on. And what it does is it gives you a little plus icon in where you insert your prompt that allows you to upload files. Anybody done this? You can upload all kinds of files. You can upload documents, you can upload spreadsheets, you can upload your images, your videos, your PDFs. You can prompt the system to edit your spreadsheets. Let's say, for instance, you have a tracking spreadsheet and you can't figure out the formulas. You could just load it in there and say, this is broken, please fix it. And ChatGPT can fix it and then give you the output to literally download. You can import and export. You can upload and download. You can upload and download multiple files at once. So imagine you have a document and a spreadsheet and maybe a video, and you want ChatGPT to analyze all 3 in their relationship together to get a better analysis. You can upload multiple file types. Did you know you can convert MP4s to MOVs? So if I have a video file that I need to get converted, I can load it into ChatGPT and say, I need an MP4 of this. If I have an image that's too big in resolution, I can say, resize this for me, it's too big, make it smaller. If I have a video, or better yet, if I have 100 videos and I need a transcription on all 100 videos, I can upload all 100 and say, transcribe all of these and export it as a document. Poof, it will be done. Did you know you could use ChatGPT like that? No? Do you know now? Are you going to tinker with it and screw around with ChatGPT? Because you know, the more you F around, the more you find out. How do you think I find all this stuff out? I like to screw around. Tom made a comment this morning. He talked about you've been here before. The dawn of the internet. Do you remember when you got your smartphone and Apple launched their App Store? I remember 10 years ago, apps were everything. Every time I was doing a speech, somebody said, hey, Jason, can you do a presentation on 5 apps for productivity, or 5 apps for this. And I remember thinking, that is just a race through trying to figure out the latest and greatest app. There are thousands, arguably millions of apps. And I'm sure you remember that feeling of, you got an app, you heard about it at some conference or event, and you're like, this app's gonna be the best. And then you wake up the next day, and there's 20 other apps that do the same thing better. Anybody ever been there? Do you remember that feeling? AI is following the same pattern right now. There are thousands, tens of thousands, arguably millions of AIs flooding the market because it's the hot topic right now. Remember, one, they're not all AI. AI is generative in nature. It helps you to produce outputs that can be useful in your sales, in your marketing, and in your operations. The other piece of it is, don't look at the AIs themselves. Look at what they all do. There may be 1,000 or 10,000 AIs, but they all do the same 6 things. They all do the same tasks. And if you study the tasks to be done with AI, that puts you in the commander seat. Remember, it's this idea of being the prompter. You're the puppet master, pulling the strings on what you're building with your business. My encouragement is to not be intimidated. AI is an opportunity. It's new. Nobody expects you to be an expert, but I do expect you to start screwing around and finding out how it can be leveraged in your business. AI is just like that. There's an overload of apps. So we're gonna focus on what are the applications of the AIs that have the most utility in your business, beginning with what I call multimedia magic. You can use AI and it can generate, that's a key word, it can generate or transform images, videos, and other types of medias. I have a few listed apps on the screen, RunByML, Adobe Firefly, Midjourney, Canva. There's a bunch more. Those are a few of my favorites. We have coaching members who are producing YouTube videos. And YouTube videos perform really well when you give them a thumbnail image. So what our coaching clients do is, rather than making the thumbnail image, they prompt the thumbnail they want. And they can create images and graphics and designs out of thin air. Who's tinkered with image creation? Okay, a few of you. Can we geek out for a second? Because this stuff truly fascinates me. Remember, what's a GPT? What does it stand for? Somebody was taking notes. I know you were. It's a generative pre-trained transformer, like you care, right? But what does it allow you to do? It allows you to gain context. It allows the machine to understand what your words actually mean. It allows the machine to look at pixels. Have you thought about the fact that images and videos are just a collection of pixels? And it can be manipulated. If a machine understands what those pixels are, it can make a video, it can make an image out of thin air based upon the words you feed it. Your opportunity right now, from a marketing standpoint, is freaking crazy. Because marketing is digital, is it not? If you're not making content, you're not marketing in this day and age. And if you're not making enough content, you're getting buried alive by the competition. The opportunity is now. I'm gonna check out a tool called Firefly. So Adobe Firefly, this one's free. Firefly is the engine behind all of Adobe's AI. And it's currently, you can just do a Google search for Adobe Firefly. You'll find a web-based link to do all this stuff I'm gonna show you in a second. But it's being integrated into Photoshop, into Adobe Premiere Pro, into Adobe's existing apps for those of you who are using those tools or who have marketing managers who are using those tools. Firefly's crazy. You've been here before. It's team photo day. And you think to yourself, this is gonna be risky. We're all aligned right now. We're all like this right now. We're together on this. Nobody's gonna leave. Every team leader right now knows the feeling of, I wouldn't dare take a photo together because there's turnover. Nobody wants to laugh because but we know this happens. Nobody's like, my teammates are right here. I can't laugh about this. And I get it. I'll move on gracefully. You've all been here investing the money in the great photos, and then that dude right there sells a Fizbo and thinks he is the coolest thing since sliced bread. You know, I don't need a team. I got this. I'm gonna go on my own and go solo. I sold a house. Thank you for getting me started. I wanna thank my mom. I wanna thank my grandma. I wanna thank all the people who invested in my career so I could get to this moment where I could leave And you're thinking, I just paid for all the photos. But with tools like Adobe Firefly, you can just say, and bye-bye. Now, you know what's crazy? Look at the chair. That chair wasn't behind him, was it? Do you see the chair? What Firefly did is it studied the pixels around him. I'm going to go back a screen for you. There he is. You can see the chair off to his corner, can't you? Do you see the chair? It studied the pixels around him to make an educated guess about what the chair was behind him. And it filled in the gaps. I have done this with other team photos, and it's regrown hair. It's created arms that weren't there. It's freaking good at what it does. If you don't like the chair, you can get rid of it too. Could you use a tool like that? What do you think? There's also a tool like RunByML. We're not going to go through all this. RunByML has amazing features. It can blur faces. It can do a backdrop remix. It can expand an image. What if you took a vertical video and you thought, or a vertical photo, and you thought, I wish I had that in a full landscape to frame it? What the AI can do is predict what would have been there had the image gone into a landscape. AI is freaking amazing if you use the right tools. Do you see the one that says in painting? Second to the top left, it says in painting. In painting does the same thing I just showed you, only with videos. So imagine you're filming a video, and it's you walking downtown, but there's some dude like kind of lurking in the corner in a mysterious, awkward sort of way. And you think to yourself, this video would be great if that guy wasn't there the whole time. You can select him with a brush, and what the AI does is it finds all the pixels that represent that guy in every frame of the video, and it removes that guy out of every frame of the video, and it makes a prediction about what would have been behind him in every single frame of the video. AI won't replace you, but it sure will enhance you if you leverage its tools. Another feature of AI is one I describe as video vanity. You can use AI to correct eye contact, to whiten your teeth, to lessen your wrinkles, to automatically color correct or color grade your videos, to remove backgrounds from behind you. And here are some cool apps. CapCut is one of my top picks. Veed, Lumen 5, and Captions AI, to just click of a button, create this level of improvement. You heard Tom say it this morning. You might have a video editor who's investing 14 hours doing what could have taken 14 seconds if you had used the right tools as part of your arsenal. It's about doing more, doing it faster, making you better. That's the power of AI. More of your brand, your market reach to your community. Now, this next one here, I'm going to show you Captions AI. This is one of our coaching clients, Lane Stone. He's over in Huntington Beach. And this is called AI Contact. Do you get it? Eye contact? Lane is using the Captions AI app, which allows you to read a teleprompter script on the app. He didn't write the script. He went to Chat GPT, fed it a prompt. Chat GPT outputted a script that he threw into his app, Captions AI, and he's reading a script. I want you to look closely as I play the video at his eyes. His eyes are not quite making eye contact with you, and it doesn't feel right. Halfway through the video, it's going to go like this, a little spinny-loo, and you'll see that the AI fixes his eye contact. Watch.
Guess who's gearing up for the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Yep, Orange County's making some moves. 3 iconic fields might host teams for their prep and training. You've got Jack Hammett in Costa Mesa, Great Park in Irvine, and World Cup soccer. Guess who's gearing up for the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Yep, Orange County's making some moves.
Yep.
3 iconic fields might host teams for their prep and training. You've got Jack Hammett.
Could that save you time? Some of you knew that existed, some of you didn't. But isn't that the power of discovery? Because the more you screw around, the more you find out. Am I right or wrong? I'm right. That one's called Captions AI. Write the scripts on Chat GPT, feed them into the app, read the thing, fix the thing, move on with your life, more content, more brand, more time for you to focus on what matters the most. Another cool set of features that AI can do for you is sound enhancement. These ones blow my mind. AI that can eliminate audio flaws. I'll show you in a moment. They can refine your recordings to achieve studio-like quality. So the first one is called Adobe Enhance. Who's ever made a video and you're using your little iPhone's built-in microphone and it sounds like crap? Anybody? You can run that through Adobe Enhance for free, and it will give you a product that sounds as if you used a $1,000 microphone. I'll be honest, the first time I heard the results, I thought, what a waste of money I put into my gear at my home studio. What a royal waste of money, because you can make everything sound incredible. Why? Well, because AI understands context. And it doesn't understand just context of pixels and words, but it hears sounds. AI has almost all the same senses as you do. What are our senses? Well, we haven't figured out smell or touch yet, but sight, it's got it. Sound, it's got it. The spoken word, which isn't actually a sense, but it's got it. Do you see how close everything's getting right now with AI? It may seem scary, or it may seem as though it could enable you to do so much more. Adobe Enhance can make your stuff sound really good. This last one on the screen called Auto, watch what it did for this video. I did a video, and I'll be candid with you, I was running late on content, and I was at an event in Boston, and I thought, I need to get a video done. I gotta get a video done today. Anybody ever been behind on their content before? I was behind, so I went out into a courtyard at an event to quickly film a video, and then I got in my Uber to go to the airport. I was gonna post it from the car. And I listened to the video, and it sounded horrible. All you can hear is wind noise. And I thought, I can't use this. But then I loaded it into Auto, and I'll let you hear the before and after of clean audio. Wind noise first, and then you'll hear the difference. There's a concept in marketing called integrated marketing, which means all your marketing works together. It's not independent, it's not isolated, it's integrated. And there's a concept in marketing called integrated marketing, which means all your marketing works together. It's not independent, it's not isolated, it's integrated. And pretty good, right? That took me $0 and 1 minute to fix it. You've got to leverage the tools at your fingertips to do more, to do it faster, and to make you better. Let's keep on rolling. Next one is text-based editing. Who edits their own videos? Okay, first, stop. Stop editing your own videos. Let's zoom out for a moment. Content creation is not that expensive. You can hire virtual support, you can get help with content creation and start outsourcing some of the clerical sides, the tedious sides of making content. Now, you might be able to tell I'm really into content. I truly believe your brand is the product of your content. And if you're not creating content in your local marketplace, you're not building your brand to its full potential. And if you're not building your brand to its full potential, then you're leaving opportunity on the table for other agents in your marketplace to cash in on their relationships, to cash in on their being known, their being liked, their being trusted in the marketplace, and you're missing a critical moment in your business. I'm a big believer in making content, but let's freaking face it. Making content is a pain in the butt. Making content is a royal pain. You got to get ready for the video shoot. You got to write the scripts. Well, you don't have to write the scripts anymore. We can fix that, right? No more script writing. Well, but I got to memorize the script because I can't read a teleprompter. No, you can. Well, if I read the teleprompter, I can't see, my eyes are off. No, we fixed that too. Didn't we? Okay, well, the editing is still a pain. I mean, I know it's a teleprompter, but there's still some dead time and some moments where I wish I missed that line up and I wish I could just cut it out. Editing's annoying. I got to find the little waveform in the wave view and then mark it and then cut it. And we're not editors. Nobody here signed up to be a video editor, except for you. But nobody else signed to be a video editor, and yet we find ourselves in a position of having to do it. I've thought about this a lot. I think it's crazy that we live in a world so dominated by social media and content, dominated by Facebook, dominated by Instagram, dominated by TikTok, dominated by all these platforms, YouTube and else. And the amount of content they expect you to produce is crazy. You know, there's a study that was done by Later Media last year. And Later Media was trying to determine what is the optimal frequency of posting, not stories, the optimal frequency of posting on Instagram to get the best results in terms of reach and engagement with your content. In other words, to make sure your content was seen by the largest possible viable audience and it produced actual results in terms of building your brand. Do you know what they found out? The optimal number of times to post is 14 to 20 times a week. That's twice a day. And if you look at the top fastest growing accounts, if you look at the people who are crushing it the most on social, we talked about this during the VIP lunch session today. If you look at that, they're the ones who are winning on social. The opportunity is right beneath your feet. It's a huge opportunity, but a lot of folks say, I don't have time for that. And that's a fair statement up until now, because time is no longer the critical impediment. The impediment is a lack of awareness and knowledge about the tools that exist to help you. I've thought for a long time it's kind of ridiculous at how hard it is to make a video. What's the average life expectancy of a post on social media? It's like a day. If you were here last year, you heard me call it a fruit fly. It lives for a day, smack, it's dead and replaced by the next generation of fruit flies. Content literally burning through the feeds, and I thought, this is crazy. It shouldn't be this hard to make content, especially not when the demands are so crazy, but hey, it's the best thing we've got. It's our best solution to building your brand. At the end of the day, you're the product. People are choosing to work with you because they know you, they like you, they trust you, and there's no marketing plan, no marketing medium on the planet better able to give you to the consumer than video. So we do it anyways. Editing's been a pain, but there are now AIs for text-based editing. It reads AI that synchronizes a video's transcription with its visuals, allowing text changes to alter the video. Let me break that down into everyday speech. Who's ever edited a Microsoft Word document? All you have to do is select a word and backspace, or delete, or cut and paste. How confident are you in editing a Word document? If it's a 10, raise your hand. Oh, come on, that should have been everybody. Who's not editing a Word document? I gave you an easy all-inclusive, and some of you are like, nope, not gonna raise my hand. Too many calories. I gotta save my energy for the focus. Please. If you can edit a document, you can edit a video. What tools like Descript do, and there's no sound, but you can see it here, it automatically transcribes my script. And I don't like the fact that I use the word so I can backspace it, and what the AI has done is it has automatically cut every single word of my script into its own stamped time. It can literally delete any word. You can cut and paste. If I say, you know what, I wish I said this sentence earlier, cut, paste, it replaces the edit. Just like that. Guess how much I paid for that? $0. It's called Descript. You should download it. And you might have seen on the last screen that Adobe Premiere Pro, for who are my pro video people in the room? It's being built into Adobe. Adobe has not missed one opportunity to leverage AI. Kudos to Adobe. They've stepped up their game and massively innovated when it comes to AI in a really powerful way. So now let's just reflect. We're no longer worried about coming up with what to say on video because we have Chat GPT. We're no longer worried about whether or not I can read a script or if I have to go extemporaneously because I have Captions AI, and I can fix my eye contact and other imperfections I maybe don't like about myself. And now the editing is super easy. It seems like every excuse has been removed that would have stopped you. Let me rephrase that. Not excuse. Every impediment, every obstacle has been removed. I know it's not from a lack of want. I believe everybody in the room sees the potential of leveraging video because you see so many others doing it. It's just the time. Who's busy? Nobody has spare time to throw at ancillary tasks involved with video and marketing, and you shouldn't have to. Too many people look at AI and they think, I don't want to get replaced by AI. And I'm thinking, yes, you do. You do want to get replaced by AI because the stuff it's doing is the stuff you refuse to do. So let it do it better. Do more of it, do it faster, and do it better than you. Fair enough? Let's do another one. Let's talk about deepfakes. Deepfake avatars. AI for creating hyper-realistic video avatars using either stock characters or your own likeness. There's a few tools up on the screen there for you. One is called Synthesia. There's one called HeyGen, and there's one called DeepBrain. This first one, Synthesia. There's no sound on this, but this is an example of a stock video avatar. Who likes playing video games or has played video games? So you play a video game and you choose your character, right? And they're always like spinning around like this. And you choose your character through a grid or a mosaic of a bunch of different characters, and you pick your character. You can do that with Synthesia and several other tools. You can pick what you want them to sound like. Oh, I want to have a northeastern kind of accent. You have a lot of control. Now, when would you use a stock avatar? Well, think about it in terms of next step emails. It's a text transcription, so all you do is feed it a text prompt, and it will create a video based upon your words. So theoretically, you could go to Chat GPT, write a big old script, copy and paste that big old script into Synthesia, and produce a video output immediately. Consider that through the lens of next steps, internal trainings, boring stuff that you don't want to commit your time to creating a video series, not for marketing, but for boring stuff. That's the stocks. Or you could go like full deepfake. Who's followed this account before on TikTok? Anybody seen this? That is not Tom Cruise. That's a fake. Those are nothing but pixels arranged by AI. Is that incredible or not? Think about what a video is. What is a video? A video is just a bunch of photos in motion. Anybody ever heard of the expression frames per second? 24 frames a second, 30 frames a second, 60 frames a second, 120 frames a second. It's just the number of photos captured by a camera every single second. And so our human eye, we see the motion, but it's really, a video is really just a bunch of photos. And a bunch of photos are just a bunch of pixels. And pixels can be understood in the context of an AI to create whatever the heck you want to create. In the corner, I've got a little app up there for HeyGen. There's an app called HeyGen. What you can do is feed it videos of you, and it will clone you. It will synthesize your voice. It will look at your facial mannerisms and clone you. And so if you ever feel like, I don't want to shoot a video today, I don't want to get dressed today, doesn't matter. You can put whatever clothes on yourself you want to put on yourself, like you're some video game character, and then type a script, and poof, out comes the video. Now, do I think this is ready for marketing? Maybe not completely. Give it a year, and who knows what's possible in a year from now. But I think it's ready for next step videos. I was talking with Phil Gertis about internal training videos. How annoying is it when you create an internal training video on, here's what you do with this form. You fill out this line, and then they release a new version of that contract, and you think, oh yeah, I gotta remake that stupid video. What if you didn't? What if you could feed the document as the backdrop and then make a video in lightning speed with AI through a deepfake avatar? Sounds freaky? To me, it sounds awesome. So you can go do more of what you do best. Get with consumers in the marketplace. Personalization. Who remembers this campaign right here from Coca-Cola? Anybody? Raise your hand if you remember it. We know personalization in marketing makes a difference. Who got one of the Coke cans with their name on it? This was a genius maneuver from Coca-Cola a long, long time ago, where they put various names and they created a scavenger hunt effect where people who were, I don't know, that narcissistic about their own names, I guess, would go scouring through stores looking for their name on a Coke bottle because it was personalized to them. It improved their sales. We know personalization works in your marketing. Think about your email marketing. What happens in your email campaigns when you put a personalized merge tag, so it says Don, comma, and then it's the salutation. It personalizes the subject line. We know the click-through rate absolutely performs better. We know that the open rate and we know the response rate soars when you personalize. We're in a world of immediate personalization. One of the best ways you can reach out to consumers is through videos. Would you agree? How many of you are generating a lot of leads? Okay? And you know, I wish I could send every lead personal videos. Like I could grab my phone and be like, hey Don, it's Jason Pantana. I just want to say thank you for registering on my website. We're going to reach out to you really soon. I want you to hear my voice and see my face and know to look for my number. It's a 615 area code. I'm going to be reaching out really soon to see how we can help you and what your goals are. And I'm so grateful you registered. I'll talk soon, Don. What if I recorded a video like that just on the fly for one of my new leads? And I thought it would be great if I could send that exact same video to every lead I generate, which could be hundreds or thousands a month, but it would personalize the name to every single one of them. You can. There are video personalization, these tools like Maverick and BeHuman and Gan.ai. They do what merge tags do for email for videos. May I show you? Watch this one. This is Gan.ai. It says, hi, Jason, and this is just a sample. Here we go.
Hi, Jason. Thanks for stopping by. Surprised how I said your name in this video?
Want to get, but how about hi, Jennifer?
Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for stopping by. Surprised how I said your name in this video?
Do you know what it does? It studies your mouth movements. It's called lip syncing. Your mouth movements on a video are just moving pixels, and it understands how you say certain words, and it creates your likeness, and it replaces them. It listens to your sound, which is just, it's also data, and it learns how to synthesize and clone your voice, and it replaces all the words. You can replace more than names. You could replace words like buying for selling. You could have a lot of power. These tools can also hook up to your CRM. I won't get into all that because I think Howard will blow your minds tomorrow when you hear from Howard. So more to follow. Who's ever thought about recording a video and then wanting to be able to put your own voice to it, but maybe it was just B-roll as a property tour or something like that? There are AI tools, and this is the last one, we're almost done. There are AI tools that can just clone your voice, and they do it remarkably well. There's one called 11 Labs. I'm going to play my voice clone. This is not me you hear.
Imagine you're producing a listing video, but you've got numerous properties on your hands, and that means a multitude of videos to create. And let's say in this scenario, you're essentially just a voiceover, with the property itself taking the limelight. Wouldn't it be insanely helpful if you could just have a voice that sounds unmistakably like yours, yet doesn't require you to speak a single word? Enter the AI cloned voice, which is a synthesized audio replica of your voice generated by artificial intelligence that mimics your unique sound, tone, and inflection.
Sound like me? A little bit. Notice on the script I used all caps. My punctuation matters. By going all caps, I command the AI to inflect or lean into a specific word to control how it responds. Now, this tool, 11 Labs, also lets you give a prompt to further improve your voice. So I gave it some additional language, and then I just copied and pasted something. So I grabbed the lyrics to a Fleetwood Mac song, and I threw them on the screen, and this is me reciting Fleetwood Mac for any fans in the room.
She broke down and let me in, made me see where I've been. Been down one time, been down 2 times, I'm never going back again. You don't know what it means to win. Come down and see me again. Been down 1 time, been down 2 times. I'm never going back again.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? I actually blush when that one plays as if it was me. How embarrassing. I was reciting a Fleetwood Mac song, but it wasn't me. Now, can you think of all the ways this could be abused and misused? 100%. But the focus here today is more, better, faster. How do we take you to the next level? 2 roads diverged into wood, and you took the one less traveled. The way I see it is, you can choose to evolve your brand, evolve your business, or erode. AI is not going to replace you, but the agent using AI will replace you. You can beat or get beat by competitors. It's your choice. Now, I promised everybody the slides. Here they are. Go to jasonpantana.com/FUBCON-LA. Make sure that FUBCON-LA is lowercase or the link will not work. Go download the slides and begin your journey of messing around to find out more. I'm going to give you a moment with the slides. And I can't wait to talk to everybody in the reception tonight. It's going to be at 6 o'clock. I'm sure they'll give you instructions here in just a moment. And also, it's going to be an expo hall. Have you all talked to all the amazing companies down at the expo hall? Just a quick thought about this room. Follow Up Boss, with all its integrations and all the partners, to me is something really special. I think about Follow Up Boss as a chessboard, and I think about all the different companies downstairs as rooks and knights and bishops to enable you to play a better game in your business. So make sure you're talking to everybody here and looking to leverage all the tools and assets at your fingertips. Folks, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Get to it.